first guest is a two-time Academy Award nominee. His films have grossed over $3.5 billion. Whoa, $3.5 billion at the box office, it says here. Well, yeah.
That's right.
No, out of the trunk of a guy's car. No, of course at the box office. He is the writer, director, and star of a new film entitled The Expendables, which opens on August 13th at movie theaters. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Sylvester Stallone. Let me ask you a question.
Oh, go ahead.
It says here, two-time Academy Award nominee. Now, didn't you win an Academy Award?
I was robbed, thank you.
No, but for best screenplay?
No, it was Best Picture.
Best Picture?
And I lost Best Screenplay to a guy named, I think it was Patty Chayefsky. And they said, look, we'll give you the award if you can spell his name. I said, give it to him. It's done. I'm done.
Nice to have you back. How you doing?
Thank you.
Well, what's your summer like? What are you doing?
Actually, I'm just trying to understand why my wife books vacations in Arizona. In August, or things like that.
You were on vacation in Arizona?
Arizona.
Oh, man.
Arizona. And then she goes, I forget it, we'll go to Florida instead. So the next we were in Florida, and I came home, and, luckily there was no sharp objects in the house because I was going to end it right there, done. Honey, I'm home and I'm dead.
Now, you got to, is it two daughters? Three daughters.
It's three daughters, and it's everything in the house is female, the cats, the dogs. I like to have one male companion, so I went out and bought, I said, can I have the roughest dog in the world? I look in the Dog Thesaurus, which you got to get a copy of. And it says, Catahoula leopard dog, raised in the swamps of New Orleans, considered the, quote, thug of the canine world. I go, my butt, that's it. I'm getting
You got one of those things?
I got a thug dog. So he comes around, he's got crystal eyes, they're kind of off-center. You know this dog is gonna do some terrible things somewhere. Anyway, I love the dog, but unfortunately he had a certain portion of his body, like his reproduction system, was kind of red-ish. Like mistletoe, like holly. And my wife said, this is clashy with my drapes, So anyway, I go off to do Rambo. And I come back, and my dog has now been turned into a
housekeeper.
Chippette.
Yeah. Oh, my God.
That's right. I said, what happened to the package? She goes, gone the way of where you're going.
Oh. You poor guy. I feel bad for you.
Well, you should feel bad for me. I mean,
Now, has it changed the dog's behavior?
Actually, he's become incredibly aggressive, and he snaps at everything. Fucking snaps. It's like, what? Don't take the other thing. I've only got that little thing left, and it doesn't work. Leave it be.
Oh, my God. Wow. But in terms of the daughters, their father is Sylvester Stallone. What is that? Does that come up at all?
It comes to blood because I said, you have a lot to live up to. Your father has killed many people and beaten up many people, and I want you to find a man that kind of resembles that, and that's not going to happen. So I've set a bar, kind of high bar. They can get married somewhere between 45 and 50.
Prime. Well, that's prime time for first marriages.
And I'm serious. And I've got like 10 places in Forest Lawn waiting for the guy who dares show up.
Well, it's nice that you're open-minded.
I know. I mean, the guy better come in a suit of armor with a lance and a horse.
Now, is it true that the girls are here?
Yeah, they are here. Of course, they're like in my DNA. They're everywhere.
Can we take a picture of them? Do you mind?
Yes, please.
They're in the green room.
I want you to meet the
nuggets.
Oh,
there's the family. Look at that.
Wow.
And I can imagine that they just constantly, all right.
Yeah. I love that. ADD. Come to me.
But they of course just charm daddy. Whatever they want, they get. Whatever they have.
I think. Well, please, you have a choice. They sit there. See, girls cry. They bawl. They grow into fits. They lock themselves in bathrooms. Now how long can you stay in the bathroom? A man has like a 15-minute thing. I got to get out of the bathroom. They sit there. They have meals sent in. Okay, I want to see you by the time you're 16. Get out. I want to say like
Meal service in the bathroom.
like
You know, you have an unusual household.
I do. It's like it's
The
truly-
dog's got to match the drapes. That's,
Well, when you push the doorbell, it goes. Push the doorbell, it goes da 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 da. It's like one of those kind of houses.
Yeah.
There you go.
we have the pictures here of you. Oh, you know what happened? I was thinking about this. I think the last time you were on the show, you and me and the Orange Chopper guys, Orange County Chopper guys, went for motorcycle rides. Who else was there? It was you and me.
Me and Bruce.
Bruce Willis.
Bruce and his harmonica, and it was really, it was rather, you know, you come with some great ideas, but that was not one of your better ones. It was, you have Bruce, who, like, a wonderful guy. I'm just, I don't know, like a bum, and he's in a suit.
Right.
We go outside in the rain with 3 bikers.
It was chilly.
And it was chilly, and these men are revving this thing up. Now, when you're not used to a bike, they have custom flaming pipes. So imagine taking a waffle iron and dropping it down your pants.
Imagine.
I'm telling you, it was, I couldn't believe I'm dying.
And the other thing is, these motorcycles are they're not for guys like me. They're probably more for
No,
guys like you.
no,
But
they're
they're
no.
just. Well, you know what you're doing. I don't know what I'm
They're
doing.
for guys that have a, you know, kind of like somewhere between a sense of adventure and a death wish.
Yeah, this is like for the mongrels would be
Yeah, that's
comfortable.
the Mongols.
Be
You're
comfortable.
right.
And we go out and it's raining, and I think, okay, you can only the streets go opposite directions every other
I know,
street.
sir.
So I get us all screwed up, and we end up over on 6th Avenue, and it's rush hour, and it's just we were gone for 45 minutes.
It's true. And we look like, you know, we're out there and it's, he's in a suit. I mean,
It
we
just
look
doesn't
like
work.
Smells Angels. You know, like the biggest losers of all time. Like,
And you actually were burned on the pipe?
oh my God, man, I had fried cajoles found.
Really? But it burned your leg?
Yeah, but it worked its way up.
Yeah. Well, I can't help you with that. Did we mention their names?
Yeah, it's Plague.
No.
No, it's Sophia, Sistine, and Scarlett, and my incredible wife, Jennifer.
Hello, ladies. Thank you very much for being here.
The Chiphead.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Keep that sugar going, honey. Try the glazed stuff. Wow.
This is an X-ray. It looks like it's your neck, and there's some foreign object there in the neck. What are we looking at? Why are we looking at it? Is this really you?
Can't you tell? Look at my hair.
August
No,
2009.
what had happened is people thought it was a very difficult fight scene with Steve Austin in the movie, and when you have a low budget, like usually in a big film like A-Team, okay, let's have the fighter jet go out and blow up that aircraft carrier. And in my movie, with a lower budget, you have to say, okay, Steve, why don't you go over and punch Jet Li in the face, and then you come over and kick me. And that's pretty much the way we were actually. So he goes, okay, and I said, let's do a big fight scene. In the end, I'm just going to stand there, and you just crack me as hard as you can, and I'll know exactly where to fall, so don't worry about it. So where I fell was in a cave entrance, and it snapped my head back, and it cracked my neck. So people thought, you know what, I've heard of some cheesy publicity stunts, but the old cracked the neck one, we haven't heard that.
No,
one for a
that's
while.
tough. It looks like they've plated it and put some screws
So they had
into
to take cadaver bones, which means I have a couple of ghosts walking around in my neck, cadaver bones put together, and screw it in.
But these are cervical vertebrae that have been,
Yeah.
they were cracked. Was it the spiny process was cracked?
Well, what it was, they took a bone spur and went zip into the spinal column, so the legs it became like Mr. Noodle. Man.
Yeah. It's Mr. Noodle.
Mr.
ladies and
Noodle,
gentlemen.
by the way.
We have some
Really
good
not
news
he
and
never
some bad
got his
news.
credit.
The good news is you're Mr. Noodle. But that's serious stuff because we're working right up there toward the brainstem where everything comes and goes. Now, will that plate stay in there?
That's exact. It goes off every time I go to the airport.
Is that right? Really?
Yeah, I said, yeah, I can take off the belt buckle, pal, but I can't
Get
take
rid of
off
that.
the screw.
So that's I thought they used non-ferrous metal for something like that.
Non-ferrous metal?
Yeah, like titanium or something that wouldn't magnetize, you know.
You know, you're good. You know your screws.
Yes, oh yeah, I know my screws. So there's a lot of guys in the movie. Everybody knows that it's Governor California is in the movie. What was that like? Was that?
It was great because, you know, he hadn't acted in 6. So finally I said, oh, he's going to be like a little rusty. And then Bruce comes in. And I say, Bruce, I want you to try something really hard. Be Bruce. Arnold, be Arnold. I'll be myself.
Right.
And we'll do this incredible once-of-a-lifetime thing. Then Arnold had a problem because he's like, I work for the government.
Right.
I said, okay. Well, why don't you come in on Sunday, like at 4 o'clock in the morning? You're not bothering anybody. There's no posters up. Don't worry about it. So he came in. Bruce came in. We did the scene, 2 or 3 takes, and left. It was kind of like the scene takes place in a church, so it's kind of like a Hollywood opening in a church with no burgers. It was great. I mean, it was just, you know, we kind of made it like, hey, just pretend it's an opening.
Yeah.
Worked.
Was it fun?
It was great. I mean, these guys, they really do have something special. They didn't get there by accident. And hopefully I can put them in the next one if the film works.
Yeah.
You know?
And you wrote and directed and acted, and that's a lot of pressure, isn't it, really?
It is. It's crazy.
And who else is in it? A lot of tough guys, a lot of angry
Well,
guys.
you got Randy Couture, who's 6-time world champion, who...
Six-time world champion.
World champion.
Mixed
MMA.
martial arts guy.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. These guys are dangerous, aren't they?
You know what? They don't know their own strength. Like Randy kept airmailing people into these... We shot in an old fort with solid brick walls. And I would notice these stuntmen hitting the wall like about 6 feet up, crash, boom. And finally they were begging me, said, don't let him touch me anymore. Seriously, I can't take it anymore.
Yeah.
This guy said, I'm so beat up, I can't breathe straight. And Steve Austin is going, you know, he's a tough guy, but please, you know, like, he ain't gonna take me out.
No, they're the real deal.
And they asked me, like, if you put all these tough guys, Dolph Lundgren and Jet Li, in a room together, and let's see who comes out. If you walked in 10 minutes later, you'd see Randy Couture sitting on top of us having a chocolate fudge sundae.
Yeah.
As we're all like dying.
He's the real deal.
Oh my
Yeah.
God,
Yeah.
Dave, I'm telling
And
you.
what happens if these guys, if things don't go their way? What happens then?
Well, you put on a dress and say, what, can I do anything, sir? I'm your waitress for the evening.
What? What? Put on a dress?
We'll give you a maid service.
Let's look at a clip here. Can you explain what we're going to see, sir?
I'll try. This takes place in Somalia, where the pirates have taken over a ship and they bring us in, and we have a certain way of handling things that is, you know, really diplomatic and I think politically correct, as you'll see.
Yeah, all right. The Expendables opens August 13th. Take a look. And that takes place at the beginning of the movie. Well, thank you very much for being here. It was a great pleasure to meet your family. Good luck with the film.
Thank you.
Sylvester Stallone, ladies and gentlemen.